Hi, happy Saturday. I've been trying to do this video for bloody ages and things have happened. The iPad keeps shutting down, switching off. So anyway, I'll just have a little chat to myself. I've had a funny old couple of weeks, ups and downs, peaks and troughs. And since the tooth came out and I was using painkillers, I noticed that I was stuck in the trough for a bit longer than usual. Also, what coincided with that was I bought, over the course of 2 weeks, 2 bottles of wine. I've only had 1.5 of them, but that's more to drink than I have had, for a long time, for a long, long time. I used to have 2 bottles of wine for breakfast a few years ago, before kids. Not before breakfast. I used to wait till 12. But so although it sort of, I felt like it helped at the time, I acknowledged to myself that it was covering up the internal pain and not the external pain. And once I acknowledged that made me feel bad. Also, while on the painkillers and having, a sporadic half glass of wine every couple of days, I was just eating like a beast. I was just gorging. Is that the word? Eating a lot of food, a lot of shit, a lot of chocolate, crisps, bready shit like that, and that's not like me either. So no wonder I was down in the troughs for so long. But also what coincided with that was just, again, too much darkness on YouTube, fear and hive mind mentalities, and I have wound a lot back in the last couple of weeks, and I've started re-listening to things which originally helped me rather than just listening to regurgitations, and I guess we're all regurgitations because we're all sort of understanding or trying to explain expanded consciousness and higher states of consciousness or spiritual awakenings, our own paths, our own journeys, in our own ways, so it's all the same shit, just explained by different people. But we, with the run up to Halloween and I just don't know, you can't even, I don't even click on these videos, but they still crop up. A lot of darkness, like Illuminati shit and fear-based crap, whether it's demons or fucking Nibiru or shit like that, or any type of unexplained stuff. And again, to me, there's truth and lies and everything, but it's like we're all just little tiny individual souls, part of it all, and for anyone to think they know it all or to think they've got it sussed is beyond me, myself included. How to explain your internal psyche is really difficult, and how to do it in a way which can relate to people that haven't gone through a spiritual awakening is pretty near impossible. I've found out, trying to help people this week. My family, I've only got a mum, a dad and a brother, but they've all been through a little bit of shit this week, and all quite a bit of shit. And my advice doesn't seem to work in the same way it used to be. We're obviously on different planes of existence these days, and so I don't know, maybe I'm just too whimsical or too flourishy with the words, or I don't know. But it's met with not distaste, but barriers, obvious barriers sometimes. So it's like, fucking hell, and then it reminds you, that it's you and you alone in this existence, really. You know, we intermingle with other people for experience in this school for souls, but, you know, really our perception of reality is very individual. And yeah, I caught myself projecting this week as well, which I thought I was past. I had a moment where I was down in the trough, and for whatever reason I just couldn't cope in that moment, and the first thing I did was project on a text message. I caught myself doing it, and I apologised pretty soon after, but you know, which is good. You know, this is progress for me, and I do have to admit, when I am aware of my own wrongdoings, because otherwise you stay in the trough, and it's that, I think, the whole point of being surrounded by the chaos or the darkness, or, you know, the lower energies created by those around us, or, you know, ultimately ourselves, are what keeps us in low frequencies and, you know, feelings of despair, loneliness, isolation, hopelessness. So again, it's the same old, you know. You've got to feel the darkness of yourself to be able to find the light again. And so yeah, every day's a learning curve for me. But anyway, I went out on Wednesday trick-or-treating with the kids, regardless of the spiritual snobbery and the you know, the whole crap that goes around Halloween, which is true. But, you know, I've got kids, and they had a bloody whirl. They loved it. They had a really good time, and so that was worth it for me. And I dressed up as well, you know. So that was good. I went to try and find a bonfire last night, and that went tits up for a number of reasons as well, which I won't bore you with. I'm dog sitting today. I've got, you know, the family dog who stayed at the family home with me for a night while the kid's dad goes camping. And he's lovely. He taught me how to control my aura and my internal chemistry and energy, because he's so sensitive to anxiety, not just anxiety, to joy, anxiety, fear, any type of heightened emotion. He just can't deal with. He starts panting and barking, and you know, so he's so annoying. He's so cute, but he's so annoying. And with hard floors, we had hard floors in the old house, so I used to call him Clippy Shit Breath, because he was clipping around with his bad breath. But to stop the clipping, you have to centre your own energy. So he sort of taught me originally how to start mastering my own shit. And he's sleeping in there now. I might show him you in a bit. He's so cute. Very fat and very old. And he came in and he did 3 diarrheas in the garden within half an hour. And I was like, pretty glad that he's not here permanently, as bad as that sounds. Poor little doggy. But with 2 small kids, I've had enough of shit for a lifetime. Anyway, yeah, I've been listening to quite a bit of Jordan Peterson, and I still just find him so helpful and so insightful and just so wonderful. And so I've been listening to him, you know, rather than listening to just, you know, average Joes like me, spouting their own average insights into their own average perceptions of consciousness and reality, which has been helpful. I've done a bit of meditating today. Mum and Dad have got the kids. I don't know if I've said any of this, because I've been doing videos for like 2 hours that have not worked. But yeah, no, I'm feeling okay. I've had a very, very strange few days, and in and out of energies is the easiest way to put it. But yeah, no, I'm hopefully I'm continuing to grow. I'm having to observe myself that I don't fall back into old patterns and old programs because of things like isolation or loneliness or despair, i.e., you know, the wine or binge eating crap or consuming negativity or projecting negativity or, you know, doing things which aren't true to me or of my best outcomes, best, you know. Oh, I've worn myself out talking for so long that this is shit now. Never mind. I did a really bloody good one as well. Pretty freaking good video, and when I went to look, it wasn't there. But anyway, whatever. I think the feeling that I've been sitting with today, after acknowledging my projection from the other day, and it wasn't a massive one, but I noticed that how I was prior to awakening or expanding my consciousness was a big fizzing bottle of fizzy drink, always ready to explode, but always aware of the fizzing, you know, always aware of the bottle. That was my despair and my psyche, my, you know, permanent internal chemistry. And now, like I said the other day, it's not fizzing, it's flat, but the way my programming still expels like a bottleneck, like a push, like a, you know, a cork coming off champagne, still shocks me. It takes me unawares, and, you know, like 2 years ago I might have punched a wall if I was feeling like that. Now, you know, like I said the other day, it was a text message of projection, but the ferocity or the speed of the projection is still the same. So, you know, that's what I'm trying to work on. And I've just noticed, you know, observing others, that when others are projecting negativity and highlighting negativity in whatever way that is, you know, slagging people off, or, you know, I think that is that's just their own despair and darkness and fear manifesting in a projection. You know, it's like, you know, we're mirrors. So I've seen quite a lot of that going on, a lot of spiritual snobbery on my radar, and a lot of projections. So, you know, I think we're all continuously learning. That's what life is about. I think, you know, as hard as life is pretty much baseline suffering that we're trying to move on up out of, in whichever way you look at that, you know, ascending or raising consciousness, raising vibrations, whatever. We're trying to get out of the denser frequencies and up into the higher frequencies, because baseline reality can be despairing, you know, and life is suffering, and we've got to learn how to combat that and learn from it. So whenever I'm in the trough for too long, I like to pull back and just to observe myself, and, you know, just be honest with myself and observe myself, my actions, what I'm doing, and then ask myself why I'm doing it. And it's like you tell yourself off, really, don't you? But we as humans, we don't like to do that. We much prefer to blame everything else but ourselves. So what a funny old race of people we are as humans. Anyway, there's so many people around here that like washing the cars. They love washing the cars, and it looks like it's about to piss it down with rain now, and there's a million things I'd rather do than wash my car. Does that make me a bad person? No. The inside I try and keep cleanish, but the outside, I couldn't give two shits about. Anyway, right, I'm going to go. I'm going to leave this off now, but happy Saturday, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Bye.